Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome to Alone in the Dark Prologue, which is a preview of the horror game Alone in the Dark, specifically the upcoming remake, which is a remake of the very first game all the way back in the early 1990s. And if you never heard of Alone in the Dark is usually argued to be the beginnings of the 3D kind of horror game that Resident Evil and other games would follow on afterwards. Who dares interrupt my mask painting? Oh, huh. I was actually surprised the bear moved. I thought it was a static object.
Not my best work, if I'm being honest.
It's pretty decent. I like it. It's got some soul to your art. Scary. So I played a lot of, sort of horror games back in the day, but I never played the original Alone in the Dark.
I can't wait to paint this. Gonna give it a big mustache.
So outside of things like Zombie Ate My Neighbors and stuff like that before that, my first foray into survival horror was really, there might have been some PC games, but I'm not gonna count Doom either, but my first foray was Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 2. So we already kind of went past the Alone in the Dark generation for me. I just know that as time went on, I think some of the later entries in this series got kind of troubled. So I never really got into it. But I'm pretty excited. Pretty curious about this remake.
Look at this mess.
So this is going to be all very new to me. Hey, no.
Huh?
Oh, it's just a bathroom.
Cassandra should be more careful with her medicine.
I agree.
I already washed my hands today.
Oh goodness, you scared me.
What are you up to, Jeremy?
I have to tell someone what is going on here. I have to try. You're not one of them, are you? Please tell me, Grace. You're not a spy, are you?
Who's spy?
Them. The others. All of them. No, you're too innocent.
I'm too innocent.
I need to get this letter to my niece. She would understand.
Just give it to the clerk, Mr. Waits, and he'll post it.
No, he could be in on it. What if he won't post my letter?
Then don't make it look like it's one of yours. Here, let me do it.
Getting some real Twin Peaks vibes right now with the music.
Miss Emily Hartwood, Dauphin Street, New Orleans. You don't have the number? Not sure the postman's gonna find it without... Jeremy? Where'd he go? I'll just post it myself then. I'll just take this letter downstairs to the clerk's office myself. How are there so many books in this house and still nothing I want to read?
Ooh. Books moved.
I wish Batiste would drive me around all day. Maybe if I broke my leg.
You don't want that to happen. I guess it's not truly like isolated physics. It's like reactionary. You approach it and then something happens. Stair hall key.
Uh-oh, Cassandra. I'm touching your typewriter.
Just don't take this down to the postman. We just make sure Jeremy's not in here. Nope, nothing really changed.
They're so creepy.
At first I thought so also, but then I'm kind of looking, I'm like, no, that's actually pretty good art. Oh no.
Oh no, Jeremy, what have you done?
Now we're truly alone in the dark. Trademark. God, it's gone like full Jumanji in here. I mean, I had a lot of sculptures around me like this growing up, so like, I'm not weirded out at all. It just looks like higher art to me. It sure is a lot of work to deliver the mail. Whoa! We just, yeah. It's just a normal day. Yeah, it's under me. Just bumped into the bear. Hopefully I can bear it and get out of here. Might want to leave. I feel like they want to get inside.
I suppose this mess pales in comparison to the foyer.
That's a little nicer.
Oh, a little night music.
Yeah, you know? Set the mood. Yeah, you need a key for that.
Hello?
That is jammed and also needs a key. Dark.
Last night I dreamt that my uncle hung himself in the attic, that we were too late. The house looked different, but it was still called Dercetta.
Definitely a weird place. Feels like I've been here before, I just can't think why.
Let's not waste any time, Detective.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go get your uncle, Miss Hartwood.
Your face mauled after someone famous. You're, the guy from, Stranger Things. I don't remember people's names. That's just a quirk of mine. So, that's it for the Alone in the Dark prologue. For what is a standalone prologue and preview, I feel like it's a little too short. And I do play a lot of short games, but, we haven't been to Alone in the Dark in a while. It's obvious they're going to go for the more modern, third-person kind of, survival action horror, which is kind of how games interpret the old tank control kind of a horror game. So I would have liked to kind of feel the game feel a bit. Right now we just have the, we just have an idea that the game looks like it is going to have a bit of budget behind it. It's not going to just be a cheap remake or anything. And I checked in, yeah, they got celebrities for the main characters, who were the original main characters of Alone in the Dark. I had to crash course some of the stuff a little bit, because I have not played the series. And Grace, the little girl here, is a character more prominent in the second game. It looks like she doesn't appear in the first game at all. So maybe they're going to kind of mix games and aspects. There's a lot of like new ground they can go here. But they have a pretty blankish slate to work with, I think, which could be a very good thing. It could be almost nothing, have no benefit whatsoever. Because I do remember like the jump from Resident Evil 1 to like Resident Evil 1 Remake, where there was kind of like a loose skeleton there of the same game, but like they're very different games. And one obviously had a lot more benefits from our technology. Like, yes, there's been other horror game remakes, but I just use that comparison because Alone in the Dark is even older than Resident Evil 1. So like that's a big remake gap for someone to really put their own imagining into it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's certainly the era of, I mean, remakes in general, but in particular for video games, horror game remakes. I wonder if you can argue that Capcom, it might not be the first one to do it, but I wonder if you can argue Capcom started the trend, at least as far as profitability-wise, and having success with it, with their constant remakes of Resident Evil. And like, even before Resident Evil 1 Remake on the GameCube, they were doing fairly enhanced ports of Dino Crisis and other games to, like, say the Dreamcast, for example. But yeah, anyway. So, thank you all for watching play Alone in the Dark Prologue. I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.